It's great to see another van option out in the RC world. This one is from Team Associated. It's the MT12 4x4 monster van. It's ready to run. It gives you everything you need inside the box except for AA batteries. And it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's based off the same platform that the CR12 uses, but this one obviously has monster truck tires and this really killer van body. Look at this thing. No free candy graphics here, right guys? I do like the bright blue and purple paint scheme, a little bit of black in there, just really vibrant, just exciting looking right out of the box. They've got a chrome grille up front with clear lenses and actually taillight lenses. You can go and put LED lights in them, but they're not included. There's a separate molded front bumper, some mirrors on the side. Overall, a really good looking van body. So let me pop the top off here. It's just held on with 4 body clips. And here is that CR12 style chassis. It's MT12 here. But again, steel ladder frame. They've got this aluminum plate up top that houses the electronics and the battery. Battery's held down with the simple Velcro strap. You got tall body mounts here, composite shock towers. There's some adjustability to the shock tower. You can move the shock angle on it, but a good looking chassis overall. Let's just check how stitched. Oh, it's actually fairly sturdy for this size rig. I think that's just fine. And you can see some hints of the CR12 here with these little side mounts. That's where the step would go. But that's a fun rig. I've driven one before, so I'm really excited about driving this one. For the transmission on this, they've got sealed bearings. I think it was like 16 sealed bearings, but when I was pulling the transmission apart, I did notice some bushings in there in the center section, but everything looks built up pretty well. There's a separate motor mount, so you can go adjust the motor mesh if you want to swap out pinion gears. I noticed ball bearings down to the center slider drive shafts that go to the front and rear axles. And these are some pretty bulky axles on the truck. They have open diffs on the inside. I did notice that the ring gear was plastic. Lots of grease to lubricate the gears. They have CV shafts in the front out to the steering knuckles, and then a really long 12mm hex. It's actually a cast metal. I really like that. I thought it was plastic at first. And then built to all 4 corners, you have the Chevron style tires, B-Lock simulated wheels. They're chrome wheel. They look really good. And then to damp the suspension, they've got oil-filled coilover shocks on all 4 corners. And it does feel a touch oversprung maybe. It might bounce around a little bit, but we do have some oil in there and they have some bump stops on them. They have metal suspension links. I was happy to see that. And even the pivot balls and the pivot ends are metal. Steering, they have a metal link for the drag link, and then the main bar itself is just a composite servo saver on the steering. Might as well get into the electronics. It's got a Reedy 0415 steering servo. Then for the speed controller, they have the 1625 WP with a T-plug, water resistant. And then the XP-R4 receiver. I don't believe that's waterproof, so you're gonna wanna watch out for that. MT380 motor, it's a brush motor. I couldn't find the winding on that, so if I do find it at some point, I'll put that in the video description as well, but we're just looking at this as a fun truck, guys. I think it's really gonna deliver. They've got the XP120 radio system included in the kit. They also give you a USB charger and then a 850 milliamp Li-ion battery pack. That was pretty interesting, 7.4 volt, and of course an instruction manual in the box, but this looks like it's just gonna be pure fun. That's what we're going for here, and let's go outside and drive it. Here's a good spot for the monster van, some frozen dirt. It is cold out, guys, but I'm gonna get some runs in on the monster van. And here is top speed. I actually have a 7.4 volt LiPo battery in it. I used up the included battery before while I was taking some action shots. And there's our top speed. Let's hit some dirt mounds. Yeah. Just doing some monster van type stuff. It's almost more of a crawler there. A little air off of that. Let's do some dirt donuts. It's got open diffs so we can do that. There we go. Really cool. Doubt we're gonna get any airtime here. Oh, a little bit.
Here we go again. Oh, almost a nosedive out of that side. Could use a bit more power, I think. But for the axle setup and everything, this might be as fast as you want to go. Gotta tell you, this van actually steers pretty good. Look at that. Nice. Since it's a Team Associated product, I feel like I have to drive it on this track. Yeah, a little air. Bouncing, oh, into a wheelie. How cool was that? I think it's a fun little machine, especially if you have to have a van.
All right, guys, quick wrap up here on the Team Associated Monster Van. It's an easy RC to get up and running, should be good for any skill levels. Pretty fun to drive. It is a solid axle truck, so it's not a all-out basher type of machine that could do crazy tricks. It's good for just romping around in the backyard. If you've got low grass and dirt lots, it's gotta be a lot of fun through wood chip, stuff like that. And then it will take small jumps. I would really steer away from going off of any type of drop-offs. I actually took this over to the skate park, was just gonna go over some of the ramps, and actually accidentally drove the truck off of one of the side of the ramps there and broke the front steering knuckle. And I think that is actually probably the piece on this truck that is the most fragile. I was looking around, STRC makes an aftermarket aluminum steering knuckle, so if you encounter a break, I would suggest upgrading to that. I think it's a $25 option. But the truck has a decent speed for a brush motor. You know, this speed controller is 3S capable. If you want a little bit more, I think maybe that would help it out. But the cool factor behind this one is just driving around in a solid axle monster van. It looks very cool. I give them credit for coming up with something like this. You know, Team Associated has been giving us a lot of different releases lately, and I really appreciate what they're doing with that. I mean, they're trying something. You know, it's better than the crawler after crawler after crawler, or monster truck, monster truck, monster truck. But the other thing is, you know, this is priced at $220. I think that's a little bit on the high side. I think I'd like to see it like right below $200, but you gotta have a van. This is one to check out.